We're gonna make a quick video of the donor truck. It's gonna be our swap donor, I guess. It's an 03 4Runner Limited. It's actually kind of a shame it was not a terrible one, but it got hit obviously really hard. We've been parting it out. There's the old auction thing there. But anyway, engine runs perfect. It's got a new timing belt in it. We've been selling the hell out of parts off of it, so it's already paid itself off about 3 times. I don't know, just figured I'd do a quick video of it before I start pulling it apart even more. But the plan is to cut the doghouse, the frame aprons and all that off of it. As you can see, this wasn't a complete car. This is how much we've already sold out of it, and these things just part out crazy. So it's still got a lot of good parts on it, at least as of right now. But anyway, I'm gonna cut the aprons off like right here and just take the whole front piece off. That way the core support's still good. I can sell that, disconnect all the coolers and all that. And then, other than obviously the frame is garbage, somebody's even done the booger welded like piece of steel to it, which is just insane. This thing's a rusty, it's a rusty frame. It's no good. I've already cut parts off of it. But anyway, I'll probably cut it just right through here, and then the motor will be right there in our face, and that just makes it that much easier to get to everything. That way when we pull the motor, it's just everything's gonna be easier. We can just cut the truck away from the engine and not have to fight all that. So anyway, just a quick video of the donor. It's gonna start getting a little worse as we go along, but we got all the coolers and all the fun stuff. So see you later. Well, I think, Jesus, I'm fatter than I already am. I think today we are going to try to cut the front frame section off of the 4Runner. So we'll have to get out our sawzall, and it's definitely not going to be that blade. But we have extras. I think my metal blades are all right here. I think these are all pretty awful. That's why they keep them at Harbor Freight, but my metal. I don't know. Might try one of these. So yeah, do that. We'll take one of our big batteries. We'll take the 10. We're riding 4-wheelers around. So take this thing. Take our skid steer up there. We can do our heavy lifting. our victim. Get this sawzall loaded up here. I don't know if these blades are going to be worth a crap or not. So far, every blade I've bought at Harbor Freight's been like one and done, so I guess if I can cut the face off a Toyota with it with one blade, then that ain't too bad. Let's see here. Alright, so I'm going to cut it without, hopefully without hitting the converters and all that. I'm going to try to cut it right here. So I guess I don't know. Like I said, right about there. We'll see what happens, I guess. Let's say it's enough for now. She's starting to buckle. I'll go over and I think we got a little bit more room on this side, I think. Oh yeah. Right there. I hope. Yeah. Pretty much right there. Let's see what we can do. Good. I think this should be a pretty good shot here, I think. That was perfect. Ooh, she's heavy. All right. All right, so that was actually pretty awesome. Well, what I was saying before the battery came unhooked on the camera, of course, the main harness for these 2UZs comes straight out of here. One whole harness does the whole engine. The only other thing I think I have would be a battery cable on that side, which of course no big deal. But this one's already gutted. I've got the dash out of it where I can get straight to the ECM. I'll unplug the 2 or 3 plugs it has. This will come right out here. As soon as we get the harness wrapped up over this, I'll cut the fuel lines off and the shifter cable off, and this thing's going to come out in one piece, and we will strap chain around it and take it back to the house with us. All right, got those unplugged. Like I said, it just pops right out of the firewall. These 3 go to the computer. This one, I can't remember where it went. Those 2 were up by the heater box, but I don't think it uses all these. I think it just uses the ECM one. So anyway, put that across the top. This is the headlight harness, which obviously I'll just leave it on there for now. I think the exhaust is cut enough. It'll come out with the converter on it. And then on this side, I don't need that light harness. Actually, no, I'll leave it on the fuse box. So fuse box will stay with the car. Okay, so this is starter. So yeah, we'll figure it out here. So anyway, we'll be back when this thing's getting ready to pop. All right, so I got the power undone. Looks like I forgot some radiator hoses. I don't really want to cut those. Seems like everything's been fitting so far. The fuel lines are off. The only thing I can't get to just yet is the shifter cable. I'm going to try to back the skid steer up just a little bit, and I'm just going to cut it because we're not using the transmission anyway on this. Well, all right, plan B, I had to go get the forks. But we did get it. Like I said, motor and transfer case is already gone. So yeah, gotta work good enough. We'll get this thing back to the shop. Here we go. See how this does.
getting rid of this transmission. Definitely don't need this thing on here. We could also cut the exhaust off, but I don't know how many bolts are across the bottom, and I'm kind of lazy right now, so I might not. I might just put this whole thing somewhere. I haven't really decided. Anyway, that's probably good enough for now. You get the idea. Alright. That's pretty much it. Transmission should be coming off now. I think I got everything unhooked. There it is. Very good. We'll get the torque converter off of it later. Pretty much what we got. That's our plan. We'll rear that converter later. Other than that, I'll get the motor off this subframe in the next few days and scrap all that junk, and then we'll just have our engine and our harness. So, oh well, I guess that's all I got for tonight. I just wanted to get this out because up there where that truck's at, as soon as it gets muddy for the winter, you don't go back up there. So, thanks for watching, I guess. Alright, well, I don't know how well this is going to work, but I've got the wiring harness off of it. I've got the engine mount bolts out. Whatever hoses I've got kind of zip tied to it. So hopefully this thing doesn't fall completely upside down when I slide the forks out. I've got a strap ready to go here to pick it up. So I don't know, I'm by myself working on this, so it's not too easy, but there's the, I don't even know if you can see it. There's the harness off of it. So everything unplugged. No biggie there, but let's see. We'll let this thing run for a second. I guess we'll see what happens here. This, I don't know. Put you, I don't know, anything right there. Somehow that actually worked without me falling or dropping the engine, so it kind of made me happy. Well, there it is. I'm gonna go find a pallet to put it on. And as far as this thing goes, I've got to have these mounts, these perches, so I'll probably just grind the welds off and pull those off, and then try to figure out how to weld those into my Jeep. I think that's what I'm gonna do, and then at that point I can get rid of this front frame section. So yeah, there's our 4.7. I'll get a pallet and we'll get this thing loaded up and then go put it away until I'm ready to start cleaning it, put gaskets and things in it. Ooh, dark in here now. Yeah, it's easier to keep everything put up in the sea can where it's out of the weather, because even though I think tomorrow I'll be working on this again, I might not be. Ooh. Hope that's water out of that engine. Yeah, it is. Oh, she's leaking bad. Pusher pump. Alright, well, I guess that's that for the night. Got the subframe piece moved over here where I can grind those off tomorrow probably, and then I can throw that piece of shit in the trash, get rid of it. I'll keep that diff though, see if I can sell it. But yeah, that's it. They're weld on the flat part of the frame, so that's good. They might actually fit in the XJ's frame rails because it's flat as well. So I don't know. I guess next video or next time we get out, we'll start cleaning up that engine and get some paint on it and get it cleaned up and looking nice and get some gaskets and stuff in it. And then closer to this winter, we'll get the Jeep in the garage and get the engine out of it and start doing the swap.